Probably kept him in a little too long as he let up the 2-run homer after the mound meeting with Luke Prohoda. They haven't done much against the third relief pitcher for the Chinooks, who come out in their black jerseys. For Zaleski from Kent State, who has doubled and scored in the game. 1 for 3, takes low. 1-0, we're in the top of the 7th inning. It's also our trivia inning. Kind of is related to our Down on the Farm report. Fouled away, 1-1. Our Down on the Farm report looked at Scott Schebler, who was one of 3 Bullfrogs to make it to the show. He was drafted in the 26th round by the Dodgers in 2010. Just not many players that make it to the big leagues after being drafted that late. Next pitch from Donovan, clips the dirt, 2-1. But we do have a 7th inning trivia that is related to late round picks. Mike Piazza, one of those guys, almost a favorite pick for the Dodgers. His dad, a friend of Tommy Lasorda. Outside, 3-1. But the trivia becomes, what is the latest pick to make it to the big leagues in the Major League Draft? Who was it, and who is the latest pick to have a 10-year career in the big leagues? A 3-1. Hit towards second base. Blankmeyer bobbles it. His throw to first on the stretch by Donovan is there for the first out. 4-3 in the books for Doug Krager from Richmond. Latest pick in the draft. You have to consider that now you're back to a 40-round draft. I think at one point the draft had 100 rounds. I think they only did that a couple of years, and the New York Yankees are the only team that keeps selecting through those 100 rounds, which isn't a surprise to me because they really take that draft process very seriously and want to try to get as much talent as they possibly can. Doug Krager, the batter, has scored in this game, also had an RBI double. But who is the latest pick to make it? Want to know what to start out on the off-speed pitch to Krager. It is someone over the 40th round. That's a hint. Now you really can't have anyone eligible for this. It's just going to be in the past. 2-0 now. With some of these players going past the 40th round that make it to the major leagues, it kind of begs the question, is it worth it? But, if you really look at the majority of guys drafted, I think it's only 5% under that make it to the big leagues. Strike from Donovan to Krager, 2-1. So, ultimately, you probably have still too much at the professional ranks in terms of players, but you kind of need that in baseball for the development process. On the other hand, you kind of are exploiting players to some extent. On his next pitch, low strike call. All right, Kurt Arkenberg making it at a 2-2 count. That is always the tough part about baseball, is that in football, you draft and you insert into the top team. In baseball, you draft and you send them to West Virginia. A strikeout of Krager, 2 down. Send them to places where obviously these players maybe weren't expecting to go. Some aren't familiar with the draft process. They get discouraged after not doing so well in rookie ball or single A, because I think a lot of people also undervalue how tough those leagues are. The Midwest League, for sure, one of those leagues. It's a tough hitters league. You're going against really good pitching. International talent enters the fold. Colby Fitch lets the ball go low, 1-0. So oftentimes you have these drafts, you get players 20th to 40th rounds. Those guys typically aren't going to make it to the big leagues. A little squibber to third, a long run for Rosenbaum. His bare hand play and throw is wild. Blankmeyer is trying to back it up. Runner gets to second on the throw from Blankmeyer that is not in time. Fitch with an infield single. And are we going single and an error on the third baseman Danny Rosenbaum came in last inning. Now in the 7th. That's with 2 outs. And Jake Romano now the swinger. Romano from Miami, Ohio, hit a 2-run home run in the 5th. Romano, not even one of their bigger power guys. That's just his 2nd home run on the year. Now 22 RBI, that is going to be good for 4th on the team. Miami, the same program, and he plays the same position as Adam Eaton, center fielder for the Chicago White Sox. Good baseball down there. Good baseball conference is the MAC as well. Donovan here in the 2nd inning of work, 2 outs. Runner in scoring position, and with the one that tilts underneath the bat of Jake Romano, he starts out the count 0-1. It still remains so that everyone in the order for Lakeshore has at least 1 hit, except Eric Festnox at the bottom of the lineup and Andrew Schaps. Both those guys have struck out, flown out, grounded out as well. 0-2 on Romano. Donovan trying to put up another goose egg on the scoreboard as the Bullfrogs offense has kind of hit a resting period the last couple innings going against Ryan Dunn. Might see Donovan again, even for a 3rd inning of work in relief of Sam Bruner, who went 5. And the pitch off the outer edge, 1-2. Bullfrogs will start with Garrett Harrison tomorrow on the mound, the league leader with the lowest ERA at 1.14. For a pitcher that qualifies. Unbelievable season for Garrett. And the off-speed gets Romano swinging to end it. Connor Donovan has matched Ryan Dunn. He's matched him perfectly with 4 strikeouts, 2 in the 6th, and now 2 here in the top of the 7th. As we go to the middle of the 7th inning, remember, who is the highest player drafted in the MLB draft? This is